Hey everyone, TechRich here, and I'm here to talk to you about T-Mobile Home WiFi. So let's get started. To get started, here's the device. This device is called a wireless gateway, and it uses cellular data and transmits it to Wi-Fi signal. As you can see here, there is a SIM card slot similarly to the one that you would find in your phone. Conversely, other internet providers use a cable or fiber optics to give you Wi-Fi. And so, is this device right here good for you? Well, let's go into the good, the bad, and the ugly of using T-Mobile Home Wi-Fi. To start off with good, we have a bunch of benefits of using this device. First, you can take it anywhere, like here, here, or even here. This is beneficial because you can choose the best area in your house for transmitting wireless signals without having to settle on wherever the closest cable connector is. Moreover, you only have to worry about placing one device and not both a modem and a router. The next benefit is how easy it is to set up the device. Once you add the battery, all you do is plug it into an outlet and voila, you have internet. This is unlike the experience you would have with cable companies, where you have to call the cable provider to set up the modem and possibly have holes put into your walls to have a cable go through. But to get back to talking about the setup, this device has a third benefit, which is going to be the app. You see, this app is easy to set up and easy to use. All you have to do is go to the App Store, download it, and follow the instructions to name and protect your Wi-Fi network. After setting it up, you can set time limits for specific devices, rename the Wi-Fi network and change the passcode, check the wireless signal, and restart the device all from the comfort of your own phone. Now, of course, many other routers come with an app nowadays, but I do have to say the T-Mobile Home Internet app is extremely easy to use and a beneficial perk to have. But the most useful perk is the battery included in this device. The reason being is that when the power goes out, you'll still have Wi-Fi. Now, it only lasts 4 to 6 hours, but that's still a good amount of time to finish the online work you were doing before the power outage. Now, all of these perks I mentioned come with an affordable cost. It's $50 a month with no hidden fees if you do autopay. It's going to be $55 without it. And if you need to cancel your account for any reason, T-Mobile gives a pretty kind cancellation offer where you only pay for the days you had the device. This means if you only had the device for a month and a half, you only pay for the first month and then 2 weeks, unlike some carriers that would charge you for both months. And so that concludes the good about this device. But before we talk about the bad of this device, let me tell you about, wait, don't click that 15-second ahead button. This isn't a sponsor. I haven't sold out yet. Let me actually tell you about a weird fact about this device. This fact is that it can send text messages from the router. That's right, it can actually send text messages to your phone. I have no idea why this is a function, but it is there, and it's only available on the browser-based application. But with that weird fact out of the way, let's talk about the bad. The first bad aspect of this device is the speed. Basically, you're only going to get a maximum of 150 megabits per second. Comparatively, most cable companies offer a minimum of 200 megabits per second. And in my experience, I could only reach a maximum of around 50 megabits per second using T-Mobile Internet. So, this means you really shouldn't get this device if you intend to stream a lot of content or play intensive online multiplayer games. But what if I try a wired connection, you may ask? Well, that brings us to the next bad element of this device, which is a wired connection may not improve internet speeds or latency for this device. You see, when I plugged in an Ethernet cable, there was very little, if any, improvement in the speed or latency, and sometimes it even got worse. And so, if the bad things turned you away from this product, The ugly things are going to be the nail in the coffin. The first ugly part about this device is having to deal with cellular signal. You see, in your house, if you're receiving 3 bars of cellular signal on one of your devices, the best speeds you're going to see on T-Mobile Home WIFI is going to be roughly around 50 megabits per second on the 5 gigahertz band. That's slow internet on today's standards. For example, I receive 80 to 100 megabits per second on the basic cable internet package where I am. Additionally, as everyone with a cell phone knows, your cell signal will change even when you stand in the same place. As such, when your cell signal drops a few bars, your internet speeds will slow down for this device as well. But even though dealing with an irregular cell signal is bad, the ugliest part about this device is the throttling. You see, when everyone is using cellular devices in your area, you will receive slower speeds. This is due to cell phones taking priority over home internet, according to the T-Mobile representative I spoke to. In my situation, I have a cell tower just a mile away from my house, and sometimes my speeds would fall to 0.42 megabits per second. Yes, 0.42 megabits per second. That is basically unusable. And thus, that concludes the bad and the ugly for this device. And it also leads us to the main question of who should get this device right here? Well, it's going to be people who live in areas where their cellular signal has maximum strength. These are people who live in cities such as LA or New York. Additionally, people who should receive this device are people who do not have access to cable internet or fiber optics. Now, who shouldn't be receiving this device? Well, it's going to be people who already have fiber optics or cable internet. Even though your provider may charge you more, you're going to still receive a faster and more reliable speeds with those providers than you're going to be with receiving a T-Mobile home internet unit. Now, for the second people who shouldn't be receiving this device are going to be people who have slow cellular signal in their home. See, if you're receiving 1 to 2 bars, you're really not going to be liking this device. Additionally, for me, where I have 3 bars and 5G connectivity in my device, I still can't receive more than 60 megabits per second. And that's just slow speeds nowadays, with cable providers offering 200 megabits per second at their very basic package. And so, those are probably the reasons why you shouldn't get this device, and why this device right here won't work out for the majority of you. Even though you still have the ability of placing it everywhere, and you have a battery that will save you during blackout periods, it's not going to be worth the trade-off. As for the other benefits, such as having an all-in-one device or an easy-to-use app, these benefits are not exclusive for T-Mobile Internet. To receive these, all you have to do is purchase different equipment for your home Wi-Fi. As such, I do not recommend the majority of people go out and buy T-Mobile home internet. Anyways, this has been a tech-rich video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.